Hi Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is going to be your general mini cross reading for July 2021. Let's turn the cards around. I think we're under a full moon today or tomorrow. I do believe so. Here we go. I have with me today the Radiant White deck. We'll be clarifying with the La Vida Sibila. You will get an opportunity to formulate two questions, one to the Psychic Oracle Tarot, and the other to the Marseille Sibilla cards, okay? So, I've already done some shuffling and meditation on your sign. Let's go ahead and get started. I spent the last week recording videos, and I went to put them together yesterday to upload them, and none of them had sound. So, I'm having to start all over again. Okay. I think yesterday Mercury was at 16 retrograde in Gemini, and I have Mercury at 16 degrees. So, right next to my Uranus, or Uranus. Okay, so here we go. Three of Cups. This is where we are now. What we are focused on now. What is the foundation? The Queen of Wands. Oh, that's lovely. What is the near or distant past energy? The Eight of Cups. Okay. What is the unknown factor? The Seven of Swords. And what is the near or distant future energy? The Four of Wands. Well, right off the bat, I'm going to say this isn't like some kind of spiritual lesson or karmic kind of thing. This is basically a mundane issue. It's wands, it's cups, and it's swords. What is over the energy over the entire reading? The Ace of Wands. Wow. Now, remember that aces are opportunities. They don't necessarily mean that things are going to go your way. It just means you're being given an opportunity to move forward with something. In fact, it is the same ace, the wand that you're holding here. Okay? Now, what I find to be curious is across the center row, we have this Eight of Cups. The card of saying, you know what, things aren't the way, I'm not finding any satisfaction in what I'm doing anymore. And I need to find something new to do. I'm going to walk away from these things that I'm emotionally invested in, these 8 cups. This could be an 8-month trek, because if I'm not mistaken, the cups represent months. Because this is, it's the only eclipsed moon in the deck of cards as well. And so this could go all the way out, depending on your situation. When eclipses happen, we just had a new moon, I think it was solar eclipse, at the beginning of the month. The full moon is tomorrow. So that would be a full moon lunar eclipse, if I'm not mistaken. So this could be our timing. And eclipses can affect you all the way out to 6 months, sometimes even years. But I don't read out that far. Okay, so not in these types of readings, I don't. So, but what I see on the other side of this is this celebration, this solid foundation thing. It is the Seven of Swords that sticks out. If it were like this in the past, somebody lied to you, or there was some kind of treachery going on, and you're like, man, screw that, and you just walk away, great. But what I'm getting is this. So I'm not exactly sure if this card is saying that there's been, I don't know, maybe some lies and deception. I've seen this card show up when, somebody parties too much. Maybe they've been doing something on the sly that they shouldn't have been doing. But then you recognize that you got to walk away from this. There's nothing for me really to look at against excuse me, against this idea of major arcana cards. So this is really telling me it's something in your everyday life, your friends, your circle of acquaintances, what you are doing. Okay. Eights are usually positive because they speak to the idea of a situation moving. Even this queen, this is what I find something else to be interesting. She's looking towards the future direction, and he's looking back over his shoulder at it. So I don't know if this is telling me that this is something coming in, okay, to the situation. And what are swords but thoughts, belief, perceptions, ideas, and communications? So this could be some kind of news or information or something ugly, gossip, or something slander coming in perhaps within the next 7 days. I think these represent weeks. So I said months here, weeks there. I think the swords represent weeks. I've been putting together something on that, and I haven't. I just gotta look for it right quick. So first, I want to take a look at this Eight of Cups, because it's almost like you walked away from something. What you want to do is here in the center, but there's something coming up. So let me see what this Eight of Cups is saying here. I can find it. 1 second. Eight of Cups. Okay, it indicates that a decision has been made to move on and leave the past behind. You may have been caught up in events or are involved in a situation that may have been complicated and costly. You will cut ties with the event and will not give them a thought once they are past. So maybe something happened here. But this card can also imply that plans have come to a halt and you may feel stuck. And it can indicate the decline of a matter, slight consequences, withdrawal, and or abandonment. It may prompt you to try something new, so think carefully before going back to established plans, as you may wish to abandon them entirely or amend and adapt your goals to suit the situation better. Now, this card, if this is not about slander and lies and backstabbing, sometimes this card can be the idea of things just not going the way that you wanted them to, but it's usually because you are either not paying attention, you're not focused, you're just kind of running around. Maybe this could even be fear. Maybe you don't want to step forward and do something that you want to do. I've seen this card show up in many different ways. I've even seen it show up when it speaks to a house move. Okay, maybe you gotta move out of town and not tell nobody that you're moving out of town. You know, I did that when I came back to Texas. I was so fed up with Mississippi. I packed all my stuff up, and then at 4 o'clock in the morning, while it was still dark, me and my daughter got in my car and we just drove. I didn't say goodbye to anybody. Sometimes you gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta leave the past behind. You gotta keep it moving, and you ain't got time to be telling people bye-bye. When they wake up and see you gone, then they know you gone. Right? So probably one of those things. I don't know. We each have, our situations that we have to deal with. So this card speaks of, it focuses on adjustments and ill-conceived plans. So it asks you to be wary of fanciful promises and look carefully at any situations before making adjustments. It says that this can be the trickster and may indicate that things may not work out as planned or expected, but you are asked to show tenacity and boldness in action to bring about your desired results. We can see it there. Okay? It can indicate that dealings may be dishonest or not straightforward and direct. It can be implying that you are carrying a heavy load or burden upon your shoulders, right? It can carry a message that something you thought lost will be returned to you, including the rekindling of friendships and old ties. It may be warning you that your plans will not work out at this time due to circumstances beyond your control. It can imply stealth around someone who is attempting to outsmart destiny and evade the consequences of their wrongdoing. It also is a warning to you to be honest and upfront in all your dealings. Otherwise, you will be caught out, and this will have detrimental effect on all levels. But it can be implying that you are inclined to take flight from a situation rather than face up to and take the appropriate responsibility and action to find a solution. But it can also tell of surprise and or unexpected opportunities. I mean, really, this is quite the reading here. So I said I was going to look up and try to give you a timing on that. Let me see if I can find my clipboard. We've been doing some extra moving stuff around and trying to get things in place. Okay, so let me see if I can give you a timing on this. It might not even be in here. I might have put it someplace else. Hold on one second. I ran across some stuff in an old book that I found. Swords. Definitely has to do with the moon. I'm trying to see if I can interpret this right. I don't know what the date is for this. It would be the third decan of, I have it someplace, the third decan of Aquarius, and it runs an approximate of 10 days. Somewhere I thought I had that written down, but I don't. I do not. Okay, I'm sure I do someplace. I just don't have it here with me handy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull Sibilis on this 8 of Cups and on this 7 of Swords, okay, to see what information. It really looks like the situation is going to right itself. Okay, it could just be that there could be some kind of rocky thing, whether this is other people being caused by other people, or if it is just a situation in which it could be just things happening and things not happening the way that they should. Okay, you're definitely going to get an opportunity to do something new or to try something new. Messaggere. Malanconia, and the Il Nemico. Well, some kind of news or message coming in from afar that has brought you, in a way, some kind of sadness or depression, or just feeling like there are black clouds hanging over you, having to do with this Il Nemico. Now, the thing about the Il Nemico is a known enemy, okay? So it's somebody that you know, and it's somebody that when you are around, maybe this is what this is telling me in a roundabout way, maybe you met this person at a party, or you might run into this person in that type of environment, a celebratory environment. The person's going to give you a bad feeling. If you run across that individual, okay, pay attention to whatever your instincts or your gut or those red flags are. Pay attention. But you already know this person. May not be a close friend. It could be a friend of someone else. But you already know this individual. Let's see what this 7 of Swords is all about. I would stay on my P's and Q's if this is going to be an event of some sort. Mercante. The precious presence. Huh. And the stanza card. Okay, I don't know if this is definitely a male. This is definitely a man. The precious presence can be anything, really. It could be money, it could be jewels, it could be a gift, it could be advice, it could be your own skills, tools, and knowledge that you have yourself. It usually equates to things of luxury items. So people who like to shop, fancy things. But here we have this stanza card. And this is a card, it's called the room, but it represents an intimacy. It could be this meeting. It represents usually two people who have secrets and know things about each other. Hold on, there's something else this card is trying to tell me. It is the Ace of Diamonds. Now, in the Sibilas, the diamonds are not a lucky suit. They really aren't considered to be that. It just basically says that it can describe a very important meeting of a sensitive nature, or any meeting that you are emotionally invested in, such as a job interview, a consultation, or even an affair. It is connected to your social life, company, acquaintances, and friends. Again, that is coming across here. So it's somebody in your group. It says that the card is very dynamic and indicates that situations are rapidly evolving and will soon bring a different set of events. In this regard, the room foretells of upcoming news, developments, and even possible visitors. If you have been awaiting a response or for news or even for a package to arrive, the card heralds its arrival. Well, here's the news. We see it. Now, it can sometimes indicate trade secrets, espionage, secret formulas, or work meetings. Okay? So, I do, again, it is connected to secrecy. So, again, I want you to be careful there. Let's pull a couple of, and maybe this right here is the reason why you left and went there. You see what I mean? But this card says, things may not go as you planned. So you might want to check all of the facts. Okay? Because you may have to change, gears in the middle of, change boats in the middle of the stream. So just keep it. Again, I don't feel that there's going to be anything negative coming out of this. Formulate your question for the Psychic Oracle Tarot. Well, emotional loss. That kind of says that. So this could be somebody offering you something, but again, you want to check the details. Don't just rush in. It may seem like an answer to a prayer, but don't just rush in. Okay, so you're down here at the bottom of the spread. So, all right, for the Marseille Sibilas, here is your card. I'm going to take this one. It is the well-being card, which is really nice. So let's take a look at the emotional loss card. I mean, whenever we have to leave things behind or situations change, there's always some, sadness or nostalgia. This card, oh wait, that's the wrong one. I'm reading the red cards. Hold on. This card comes forth at a time when you may be experiencing or grieving a loss of someone or something that you are emotionally attached to. That comes up again. Honor your feelings. Only by healing and loving yourself, by letting go of the past, can you continue your journey. Any suffering associated with this loss delivers profound wisdom and knowledge for your soul. Your unique gifts, talents, and abilities, as well as your joy and sorrow, will not only make up who you really are, but better yet, who you will become. Painful experiences in life are equally as valuable as the joyous ones. Focus all of your positive energy on the good in your life and what you are grateful for. Use your healing energy in this way and try not to focus on what you've lost, for new beginnings and happiness are just around the corner. And then the advice of the well-being card. Relish the enjoyment of life. That's what it says. Relish the enjoyment in life. It speaks to attained comfort, peacefulness, and cheerfulness. Relish the enjoyment of life. So that's what I have for you, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for July. I hope those messages helped. And until next time, be well, stay safe, and namaste.